Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It is Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and I'm so happy to be with you here today. We have a lot of fun things to do today. Every week I come to you on Thursdays at 2 o'clock right here at facebook.com/sweetstamper. And we do simple stamping. We start with stamps, ink, and paper, then we step it up a little bit. And sometimes when we start with stamps, ink, and paper, sometimes we add a little something else to it. But we are going super simple today. And then we're definitely gonna step it up with just a few little bits and pieces. So we've already got Judy and Melissa and Diane here. Welcome, welcome. We're gonna be looking at some of the new in colors. Of course, that's one of the things I absolutely love to do throughout a catalog period, but particularly at the beginning of a catalog period when they're all bright, new, and fresh. Hey, Jackie, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm doing a little bit of my Hawaii prep today, so I've been pedal to the metal. Hey, Simone, welcome. I've been working on a fundraiser for a friend who lost her only child, and we're doing the live event this Saturday, but then I've got to get all those packets out in the mail before I leave for Hawaii. So, hi Twyla, I'm glad you're here. So, hey Crystal, welcome. So I thought, well, I'm gonna do a little bit of Hawaii because then this has to get washed because it's going with me to Hawaii next week. So, hey Gail, I'm glad you're here. So, I hope everything is good in your part of the world. Hey Laura, I'm glad you're here. So we're having just gorgeous weather here in San Antonio. If you're not having gorgeous weather where you are, I'm sorry. My husband is still in Florida. For those of you who were with me on Tuesday, I let you know that he had flown out early Tuesday morning. Hi, Lori. Actually to preach his brother-in-law's funeral. He passed away. Uncle Jim passed away last week. And so he was Uncle Jim to all the kids. And so the funeral was yesterday and it went really well. They were trying to live stream it. The live stream was not going through. Thankfully, they recorded it. So those of us who were not able to be there can watch. So, but he is in humid, sticky South Florida. And I was telling him how beautiful it was. I went out for a walk last night after dinner before I headed into kind of evening activities. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in, and like I said, I got a lot to show you, so we are going to get with it. I hope you're having fun with the new catalog that just went live on Tuesday. I do have a host code here for you, so that if you are so inclined to put an order in, if you're needing some things, and you don't already have a demonstrator or are not a demonstrator, I have a host code here for you. And when you use my host code, I have ordering gifts for you. So before I get into the new in colors or the new in colors that we're gonna look at today, I like to do a little review with you. So this is where we were last week. We started with super, super simple, and we were looking at fresh freesia, which is one of the new in colors. And then we stepped it up. So this is what I mean by simple and then stepped up. Please let me know if there are any issues at all with what you're seeing on camera, if you're having, challenges, if the light's too much or too little or anything like that. If you can't see something, okay, I think we're good. Okay, so let me show you where we're going to go today. I wanted to do a little bit of a walk through our greens with you because we are spoiled for choice with greens. And that makes me very happy because greens are super versatile. You can do so much with them. We actually have 2 new greens this year that we're adding to our color families, at least for the next 2 years. So this is the new soft succulent, and this is the new evening evergreen. And evening evergreen is the one I'm going to be using today. It is really a beautiful, rich green. And one of the reasons I like to do this kind of green showcase is to show you these colors are very different from anything else we already have. And that's why you're going to want to add them to your collection, and you're going to be wanting to work with them all year. Hey, Kathy, I'm glad you've joined us. So this is the one I'm working with today. And this is the new soft succulent. So let me go through the ones that kind of coordinate together, and I'll show you some others. So this is mint macaron. Oh, yeah, this is just jade. These are the three that look really good together, I think. You see evening evergreen with just jade, and you can look at evening evergreen with soft succulent because it's a bluey green. Evening evergreen, you think about the evergreen trees, you think about the pines that we have during Christmas, but look how deep and rich it is. I think it goes well beyond just Christmas cards. So here we have mint macaron. We have Pear Pizzazz. Definitely, look how yellow it is when you start putting these in there, and you can see what I mean about bluey greens versus yellowy greens. So Pear Pizzazz, a color I use a lot, and is definitely more on the yellowy green side. Pear Pizzazz is the counterpart to Old Olive. So this is like the lighter and darker versions of Old Olive. Definitely on the yellowy green palette. This is another one I really like, and it's called, I'm going to go blank here several times, Soft Seafoam. Soft Seafoam is also, look how beautiful that is. I mean, that's just like dark, medium, light right there. Soft Seafoam is super pale, super pale. I will say it also pairs nicely with Evening Evergreen. Evening Evergreen to me has certain qualities that it has a little bit of warmth to it. It's mainly a cool green, but look how it kind of, again, those chameleon qualities that you can see it going back and forth. Another of our yellowy greens, super bright, granny apple green, gorgeous, fun, bright green. Now look at that. We've already got 8 greens there, but wait, there's more. We are not even done yet with greens. Shaded spruce. Shaded spruce is such a gorgeous clear green. Look at it with Evening Evergreen. Not sure I'd put that together unless I had a tree with a bunch of different leaves, and then it would look good. This, though, looks really good with mint macaron. Shaded spruce looks really good with these, but this is where I think this Evening Evergreen has a little bit of a chameleon quality to it. So. And then we have Mossy Meadow, definitely on the yellowy green side of things, but this is the depth that Evening Evergreen is. But you see how this one's more yellowy and this one's more bluey. And then last but not least, just our classic garden green. Garden green's been around since I've been stamping, and it's just that classic true green. Hey, Susan, thank you for joining us. Very much, you know, just your true green, like grass green. And it's more, you know, it kind of can go back and forth. I mean, honestly, I would put those two together. But look how you can see when you put it with some of these other colors, it has almost a blackish quality. It's really, really deep and really, really dark. So I wanted to go down those green roads with you today before I do just a little bit of a swap parade for you. And then we're going to stamp, and we're going to be using this Evening Evergreen, and I'm super excited about it. So what I'm showcasing for you today is this bundle that is in the new catalog. It's Beauty of Friendship is the stamps, and these are, you can see, I've already been using. This is the new system where they go directly into the inside of your case, and therefore they're not kind of knocking around in your case, which is nice. Coordinating dies. Now, let me show you. Hey, Judy, I'm glad you're here. These coordinating dies are really cool because some of them are going to cut out the treetops, but some of them are going to give you, look at that gorgeous big trunk and branches, and then like a little surround. Well, you don't have anything in here, but then you see how this is going to go. You can fill it in with those. This one will cut out the one that I'm using today, but I'm not actually going to use the dies because we do simple and stepped up on Thursdays, and I typically don't use dies. I love these little rectangular, just very straight, rectangular dies that are perfect for some of your sentiments here. So, and I like, you've got some some print, this is the same font, where you're using upper and lowercase letters, some that are all, you know, caps. And then down here, they're going to mix it up with a little bit of script. So really nice fonts. So you get 2 of these guys here. So you can do some fun things with those. And then, I love these little birds. Love, love, love these little birds. And then, yeah, more stuff for your trees. Really cool set of dies. The dies are 36. The stamp set's 22. When you purchase these 2 together, they are a bundle price, and that means you save 10%. So not that's not a small thing. That 10% of, what is that? I don't know. $58. Yeah, $5.80. That's about what I would spend to buy a bolt of ribbon. So there you go. Now there is, I forgot to bring it over here. There is a gorgeous set of papers, and I may have shown you the papers once before, but I'm going to go through them really quick with you because they are part of this suite. And so you have these double-sided papers, and look at how cool that is. I will say, although this is trees and you've got some fall color coming into these trees, I think it almost has a camouflage look, so I think you could do some cool things for boys with it too. And on the other side, you've got that deep, dark wood grain. And then this is one of my favorite pieces in here. And it's just kind of a impressionist look at fall trees with lots of purples in there. And then on the other side, you have more of the open with a lot of the white in the background. This one here, look at that. I mean, is that a great scrapbook page or what? And you've got all of these trees, but then you could cut them out too and use them on backgrounds. And then this page is gorgeous because you're just gonna slice it here. And then you've got 3 cards there, and you've got 3 cards here, boom, done. And I've got a great sample to show you with that. Let's see. This one is more of an open, you've got a lot of white in the background, and then you've got just kind of various bits of foliage. And I think this is kind of all year. This is definitely not like fall foliage. This is any time of year. And then the other side is definitely your wintry trees. Isn't that gorgeous? So you could do some cool Christmas cards or scrapbook pages. This one is fun, a little bit busy, but a lot of fun. And a little bit of your fall colors, but that blue really kind of helps calm it all and not get too, sometimes if you get a lot of fall colors together, it can be a little bit too dark. And then you've got all this watercolor wash background that looks a bit like the sky. And let's see, got 1 or 2 more here. We've already shown that. This is the one, my first sample is this one. And you see how you can just cut that out and use it on a card, or you could use that on a border of a scrapbook page. Lots of fun things. And then you have that deep green watercolor wash background. This is that page that looks like you're on the ground and you're looking up. You know how you used to lie on the ground when you were a kid and look up through the trees? And so there is the nice sky above you. You know, on a sunny day, it's all white. And then there's that really pretty impressionist kind of watercolor of a bunch of fall colors together. Okay, so that's what reminded me of my very first swap to show you here. Uses that designer series paper that has that little row across it. So this is done by Karen Titus, one of our $1 Million Achievers, and I'm so privileged to be able to swap with her. Love, love, love this super. You know, this is just using, I think this is the 2 sides of the paper. And then she's used a different set of dies here, but used the thank you, really nice, clear, classic font. You know what I love about this? My husband oftentimes will ask me for a thank you card. This is a thank you card that a guy could send a guy. My husband is very kind of old school Southern in the sense that he's going to send thank you cards, which I think should be everywhere. But in the South, it's a really big deal. And so, I love that he wants to send thank you cards. This is beautiful. And this is using that color that I'm going to use today, Evening Evergreen. And then she's also used the new Soft Succulent. And look at this cute fold. This is Toni Martin. Look how she stamped the inside. Isn't that cute? So she stamped here, kind of made her own designer series paper. And then you open that little flap. And there's another flap. This is a similar design to one of the cards we're doing in my bingo tonight. We, in bingo, my stamping bingo nights, we play 6 rounds of bingo and then we make cards. And I did all fancy folds or fun folds for tonight. So they get basically a free class when they play bingo with me. It's super fun. Now here's that same piece of paper. I'm gonna have to open this one. Lynn Feldkamp, she does amazing work. So here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Is that nice or what? A fancy fold. This is like a Z fold, but it's going up and down. And look how pretty. Look how pretty. And this is all those dies. Now she did sponge. No, I take it back. This is just that paper. The designer paper that gives you the look that it's been sponged. So 1 piece of designer paper, 2 dies. This is a different set of dies. Love, love, love this card. I think it's gorgeous. Now, the next one coming up is one of my favorites that I got using the stamp set. I love good sympathy cards. This has all the feels for me in a sympathy card. It's beautiful. It's subtle. You could send it to a man or for a man or a woman's passing. And it has a little bit of a technique, has a little bit of ribbon, but no bling, which I do not like on a sympathy card. I think this is gorgeous. Somewhat similar design, taking it darker and then kind of stepping it up with that, with some embossing here, dry embossing with an embossing folder, and then the cut tag. It's embossed with a stitched. Here's another great example of the dies from that tree. And there's that nice, clear thinking of you. Now this one is another fun fold, so I think I probably need to open it up. This is Wanda Smith. And we do keep these. We require that in the swap that I post, that all of the cards are sent in one of our clear envelopes, and that is to protect everything. Look at that great fun fold card. Love, love, love that. Look at this nifty kind of fancy footwork she's done on this ribbon. So she's used the ribbon that we're going to use today, which is this, it's called Open Weave Ribbon. Isn't that gorgeous? Look how she's taken it and cinched it up together there with a little piece of linen thread. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful touch. So kudos to Wanda Smith. And here's the one that I was telling you about that was a great example of that paper. And this is my friend Jamie, and she used this like just a little piece of it. So you wouldn't have to do a whole like 4 by 5 1/4 piece. You could use just a little piece of it. And it says, you make a difference every day. Now this greeting is from a different stamp set, and I'm not even totally sure which stamp set that is quite yet. So I thought that was very subtle and sweet, and this is a great guy card. You could definitely send that to a guy. And you make a difference every day. Could be a guy that you appreciate, or, you know, a lot of us have, in our world, we have volunteers in various areas of our life, whether it's church life, whether it's our business, whether it is with, you know, scouts or anything like that. This is a cool card that has a lot of texture. This is by Dawn Stock. And this has the, what do you call it? Ornate Garden embossing folder. She's used it on that designer paper and on this designer paper. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. Lots and lots of texture. And sometimes the texture doesn't show as well in the cello, which is why I'm taking it out of that. Now, here is another kind of fancy one. This is Jeannie Rainey. Oh, look at that. She's given me the technique that she's done is heat embossing and watercoloring. So it looks to me, I'm not sure where this looks to me like she's done the new blending brushes here. And then this is die cut out of the designer paper, stamped and punched out, and then this is heat embossed. So lots of fancy on that one. Really cool card by Jeannie Rainey. Now that last one that I'm going to show you for today, I have more, but I kind of like, you know, I don't want you to get tired of looking. I don't want you to get too inspired. No, I think that you can end up getting like, your head doesn't, it's kind of ready to explode. You can't take in any more new. last but not least today, my friend Pat Works did this beautiful card with the with sponging with the new blending brushes, and then these are those trees just right across the bottom with that I believe in you. Again, another card that you could send to a guy or a girl. And I love, 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 you know, trees are just kind of that way. They're super versatile when it comes to design work. And I love that. Oh, I've got one more in here that I need to show you. I love, love, love this card. I love that when you're making cards for your stash or for a particular occasion, either one, you have a lot of latitude when you're doing that. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful clouds that she's done on there. And this is 3 of our new ink colors. This is the Fresh Freesia. This middle layer here is the Soft Succulent, and the bottom layer is Evening Evergreen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's stamp. I am going to use my piercing mat because this is a photopolymer stamp set. I already have my stamps mounted, and I have 2 ink pads I'm going to use. I'm going to be using Evening Evergreen, and I'm going to be using Polished Pink, 2 of our new ink colors. And then I'm just going to use 3 of the stamps. I'm going to use the tree, well, this tree trunk, and I'm going to use You Truly Inspire Me, and I'm going to use this little kind of dotty thing that is going to create some fun leaves for us in somewhat non-traditional colors. So let me first of all take, this is a note card and envelope. I believe you get 20 of these for $7.50. An incredible buy, incredible deal. Something every one of us needs to have in our stash because you can produce a really nice card in a very inexpensive way. And it's also perfect for new stampers because you get a set of envelopes and cards scored, ready to go for $7.50. And you make 20 cards. So I'm going to show you a Stamps, Ink, and Paper card that I hope you are going to love as much as I do. I'm going to start with the greeting, You Truly Inspire Me, and I'm going to bring it right down there into the corner. Then I'm going to bring in the tree. This is my bare tree trunk and branches. And I'm going to nestle it pretty close. Ooh, I don't think I got ink all the way over there. And I've got some where I don't want it, and I don't want that to get in the way. So let's see if I can grab a chamois that has not gone dry on me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift my chamois, and I'm going to carefully wipe that block because I don't want that heavy, heavy green paper or ink getting on my paper in places I don't want it. Okay, so this is going to go right like so. And then I'm going to stamp this again. Now remember, when we're using our photopolymer stamps, we want to hold it for a couple of seconds. And then I'm going to come right behind here. I'm going to go up a little bit higher, and I'm going to create another tree in the background. So that produces a little bit of depth perception there. I've got 2 trees, one behind the other. Now I'm going to close up my ink pad because I don't want it to get on anything. And I'm going to open up my Polished Pink. And this is just a fun, happy color. And now, adding pink means I would not, you know what, let me just do something a little different here. Let me make this one into masculine and the other one into feminine. That was just a little brainstorm I had. So now I'm going to come along here with the Soft Succulent. And let's open the stamp pad and let's do a little bit of stamping all around here. And, you know, I would honestly, this is a great card to give to your kid, to somebody in your world that's doing something really special. You could give this card to somebody who just makes life special for you, that inspires you. You know, it's one of those things that we need to tell people a lot more than we do. It's pretty rough out there, and people need encouragement now more than ever. So here, I'm just adding a few little bits and pieces here to give almost like a halo look around my tree. So there we go. You truly inspire me. Stamps, ink, and paper, super simple. Hey, Cynthia, I'm glad you're here. So this could definitely be used for a guy. Now, if you wanted to bring in, let me see if I have my little paper thing. It's downstairs. Let me just grab another color real quick and see if we wanted to add, if we wanted to inject just a wee bit of color there. Let's see about adding a little bit of maybe some crushed curry. Let's try that and see. Or bumblebee. Let's go with bumblebee. Because I kind of went in a direction I didn't intend to go, so I don't have a lot of color here. And I think I need just a little pop of color, but not pink, because I want to be able to use this for a man. Here we go. This is bumblebee, and I'm going to add a little bit here. Oh yeah, see, that's going to give me just a little bit of color so that it's not quite so green. And I'll do one down here too. So that's it. Stamps, ink, and paper, you truly inspire me. I will bring this in, and I will do a tree. This time I'm going to do the soft succulent because it's going to be on the outside of my card. Let's pop this underneath here. And let's, not the outside of my card, on the outside of my envelope. So there we go. Super quick and easy. And I have a card that I can handily give to a group of volunteers that I have, especially on the masculine side of things. Now, let's take the same design and let's step it up a little bit. I no longer need my soft succulent pad. And this is my new in colors that I'm continuing to love and work with. Now let's step this card up a little bit. So now I'm going to take a piece of thick basic white cardstock. So this is cut at 11 by 4 1/4, and then I have scored it at 5 1/2 because I'm going to make this a top fold card. Now I am going to add a little bit of designer series paper. This is the pattern party paper that I absolutely love. This is the one that you get free as a host reward. And I'm going to take some of this gorgeous, gorgeous evening evergreen ribbon, and I'm just going to tuck it underneath here. And I'm going to do that about 2/3 of the way down. That, look at that, how pretty. I love the way that it's sheer in the center, so it gives you that really pretty contrast of a lighter color underneath. So let's pop this right here. And then we are going to take a little piece of white cardstock, basic white cardstock, and we are going to do a little bit of stamping. Now we're going to bring in that fresh, not fresh fuchsia, we're going to bring in polished pink. Something just went on the floor. Let me grab it, my simple card. Now let's do the same thing. I'm going to show you how it's going to really pop when you put the pink on there. You might be surprised. So we'll have a very kind of clean and simple masculine card, and then we're going to have a little bit more of a va-va-voom feminine card. So I believe my cardstock is 4 1/2 by 3 1/2, and that is going to allow me to put my greeting right there. And then, let me tuck this under here. My tree, I'm going to put right about here. I keep picking that up with the block because I think I'm just kind of being a little bit sloppy. No surprises there if you know me very well. Tidiness is not one of my best, not one of my great attributes. Let me put it that way. My husband has all the tidiness for our family, like all of it. Now I'm going to come along here with this little kind of bubble image. To me though, it could be, you could use it as snowflakes, you can use it as fall leaves, you can use it as just little pops of color. We're going to make pink leaves because you know what? It's a handmade card and we can make it whatever color we want. Now watch what's going to happen. You see that? We're going to add some pink, and mostly we're going to use it full on, but we're going to use some of it off. So we stamp off. Let's see, let's do here, let's do here, and let's do here, and let's do here. You see how that pink really makes it come alive? Oh, somebody's giving me hearts, yay. I like it when you give me hearts. So I'm thinking that we can just kind of keep adding a few more of these bubbles, and then I have pink leaves on my tree, and I think it's just lovely. It's bright and fresh and pretty. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, first of all, clean my stamps like a good girl so that I can put these away when I'm done, because you know that when I'm done, I'm going to want to go downstairs and have a cup of tea. And I want to be able to do that without a guilty conscience. So this will make cleanup much quicker. And it's just a good habit. Okay, now I don't think I have any on my fingers. So what I want to do is I'm going to pop some dimensionals on here. Oh, Simone, I'm glad you like this. I love to just take what you already have, your stamps, your ink, and your paper, and then dress it up just a little bit, you know, especially with your really saturated colors, you can just keep going, you know, you can ink it up once and then keep going. And I mean, even polished pink is kind of a medium color. It's not super dark or super bright, but it allows you to have that really pale pink underneath. Now look what's going to happen. Now look at there. I am liking that with those colors. Now I'm going to come along here with the same ribbon. I hope this is cut long enough. Yeah, I think it is. I'm going to make just a little wee knot. So we will cinch that up nice and tight. Let's see if I can, yeah, if I can get one more, and that way I'm not, sometimes with your slick ribbons, you want to make sure that you double knot because it will come undone, and you know, you don't want your card kind of falling apart. Let's see if I can get that. It's a tiny, tight squeeze here. There it is. There goes the little end. So now we can pull that and look at the nice contrast of that beautiful, beautiful open weave ribbon. I love this ribbon. One of the prettiest ribbons we've had in a while. And it comes in every single one of the new in colors. So there we have our little ribbon knot. And last but not least, these are the new Silver and Clear Epoxy Essentials. What's really cool about these, and I'm going to use the silver, not the clear on this one, because I want that, you see how that silver really makes everything kind of, this is more subtle, but I want a really just a little tiny pop. So Terry Lynn, I'm glad you're inspired. Thank you so much. And these come, I love the fact that you get some circles, you get some diamonds, diamond shapes, maybe kind of kites, yeah. And then you also get these little like raindrop or teardrop. And I am going to take just one of these, and it's going to go right there. Sometimes less is more. So that is my stepped up card. This is my simple card. Definitely, you can tell by looking, I was originally going to do this in the pink, but I thought, well, you know what? Let me make this masculine. Let's do a little bit different. So the stamp set, Diane, is this brand new Beauty of Friendship. I didn't even use the dies. The dies are to die for, no pun intended. But I think that I do love what you can do with just stamps, ink, and paper. So this is my simple stamping for today, starting with a masculine note card with nothing here except stamps, ink, and paper. Then we stepped it up with a little bit of designer series paper, a little bit of ribbon, and just a single embellishment. You know, sometimes your embellishments, depending on what they are, can be used just one. And I think this one is just kind of the perfect little bit. So that is what I'm going to love you and leave you with today. Don't forget, if you don't already have a demonstrator, you can actually, with my host code, you can just go to StampinUp.com. You don't even have to go to my website in particular, because when you put this host code in, it's going to automatically say that you're shopping with me. So I do appreciate that. Makes it simple. You can go to StampinUp.com, place an order. I haven't announced it yet, but I have some specials coming out while I'm in Maui, but you know, I like to just I have a hard time making an ordering special and not giving it to the people who ordered like the first day of the catalog. So it will end up going to the people who ordered all month up until the time I get back from my trip, which is the 27th, which basically means it's a special rewards that I'll be offering while I'm gone, but kind of through the month of May. So thank you so very much for tuning in. I love, love, love it when you share my video. It helps me tremendously with Facebook. And, you know, when we're on Facebook, we need all the help we can get there. So just to back up what we did today, we did simple and stepped up stamping. We also did a little color, kind of a color showcase with all the different greens that we have this year to play with. I love greens, so this makes me a happy girl. And we looked at all the different ones, some that are more blue, some that are more green, and keyed in on this one today, which I think is just a scrummy color, and I think that you definitely want to add this to your collection. I think it's just good to get all the new ink colors. If you get 5 ink pads together, you get a little bit of a price break. I still have like 2 spots by In Color Club if you're interested. So yeah, and the In Color Club, you get a little bit of, well, yeah, you get some of one color each month so that your budget stays intact, but you're able to collect all 5 of the In colors a little bit at the time from, I think it's May to September. So that is it for today. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I appreciate you so much. It's fun to stamp with you. And I will be back here on Tuesday at 2 o'clock, and it will be Teach Me Tuesday. I have a feeling, I don't have a plan yet, but I have a feeling we're going to be doing some more in color instruction. You know, I love, love, love color, and I love our new in colors. But what I love to do with the in colors when we get them is to teach you and inspire challenge myself on using those new in colors in various color combinations, because essentially they're 5 great colors. But if you're stamping, and if you've already been stamping at all, you want to add those to the existing colors you have. So let's figure out the best color combinations and kind of what they say, because some color combinations speak fall, some color combinations speak winter, some color combinations speak happy, some color combinations speak elegant. And so I think that's what we can do, is to use our color combinations and find out how we can mix our new in colors with what we already have and make lots of wonderful, wonderful cards. So thank you so much for tuning in. Melissa, thank you for being here. I'm glad you're inspired. That is one of the things I really endeavor to do here, is to inspire you and to empower you, so that when you're using your stamps and your ink and your paper, you're able to make something that pleases you. You know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So what's beautiful to somebody else may not be beautiful to you, and vice versa. But if you can stamp something and it's beautiful to you, it's going to make your heart sing. And then when you mail that or give it to someone, it's going to make somebody else's heart sing as well, because you've used your God-given gift of creativity. We all have it. It's maybe used in different ways, but we all have creativity because we have been created by a creator, and that is what we do. We celebrate creativity with our stamping. So thank you so much again for tuning in. I will see you here Tuesday for Teach Me Tuesday. Don't forget to share my video. Take care, and God bless.